You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Married to Jonas After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Married to Jonas After Show.
Hello, hello, MTJ fans. Bing is for doing, and we are doing another after show right here, right now on AfterBuzzTV.com for Married to Jonas. It is the finale tonight, Season 1, Episode 10. Kind of bittersweet. I'm your host, Cathy Kelley, and joining me tonight is...
Hi, guys. I'm Michelle Gracie.
And, I mean, it was kind of a good ending to the season. What did you think, Michelle?
I thought it was a great ending to the season. Really exciting, and everything that they were working towards all season kind of built up, and then we got to see the concert tonight. It was amazing.
There were so many things that I felt like I wanted throughout the entire season. There was the meeting, or a get together between the DeLises and the Jonases.
I wanted that too.
Yeah, and we also got to see or listen to more new music, which we know was released a couple weeks ago. But it was nice to actually see the Jonas Brothers in studio some more.
That's right.
And
I like that.
Yeah, it was.
They seemed like they had their groove together this time.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. And I know that Jonas Brothers have been talking about this kind of all season long, but they really wanted to, give back to their fans and show them more of the studio and show them their new sound and how they matured. Do you think that they accomplished that?
I think so. What about you?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I mean, the fans always want to see more behind the scenes footage of the brothers, so it's interesting to finally get to see that after, couple albums from them.
And all that goes into right before showtime.
Yes.
Like the massage or the chiropractor, getting psyched up and doing push-ups. It was pretty neat, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Praying right before they go out on stage.
Yeah. So one of the first scenes after we did see the studio was the DeLises and the Jonases get together. And Danny has been nervous in the past whenever the Jonases come over because of her mother-in-law,
right,
Denise. And in the past, she's been a little bit of a monster-in-law, but tonight we saw a different side, which was really touching.
Yeah, it was great. It was really nice to see. I mean, and we don't know the whole story either. It could just be edited that way or whatever. I thought about that after some other shows. But yeah, Danny just wants to impress her mother-in-law so much, which is good because she really loves her son, right?
Yeah.
So that's the connection there. And tonight we saw Denise be really soft and sweet and say, you're doing a good job.
Yeah. When other shows end their season and there's a montage of past episodes and they kind of have the memories and stuff, I felt like that was kind of not exactly what they did tonight, but there were a lot of throwbacks to earlier in the season where Danny was joking about paper napkins and how she really wanted to impress Denise. And
what's funny about that is that it's it wasn't edited that way. I kind of was missing in the edit like a flashback right before the new whatever was going on now of those moments before. But when you're fighting or you're upset about something, not that they were fighting, and you kind of talk about it, but then it will come up months later and then even a year later. So that's kind of what happened tonight with the napkins, right?
And we know that this episode was filmed a little bit after the rest of the episodes because we did get to see the Radio City Music Hall concert, which we'll talk about later in this episode. But this was several months down the line since they had the Jonases over for the first time.
How about the fact that they have been married how long now?
A couple years.
And that this was the first time that both families were together since then?
I think that's crazy.
I kind of get the impression that it's like, you know what, if you throw them in a room, I bet they'll get along. But for some reason, I think that Danielle and her husband have a lot of anxiety about their families being together. And it's like they protect each side from each other. And they should just let them be together more.
I never really thought about it until recently, having, you know, your two sets of in-laws and them not getting along. Like how difficult that would be, because then you do really have to spend, or, you know, separate your time and spend Christmases with one and, you know, Thanksgiving with the other. It's so much easier if they get along, I guess.
Absolutely. And because they do have big compounds, they can have everybody together. So wouldn't that be nice if when they have a grandchild, you know, they don't have to like go, oh, we only get to see you half the time.
Yes.
We get along. We can see you all the time.
I guess, I mean, I do see why they might not have gotten together in the past couple years. And maybe it's not because they don't like each other's company, but just because they do kind of live further apart. And I know the Jonases are always busy.
Right.
And then also, as we've seen throughout this season, it seems like the DeLises don't really like traveling that much. Angela's a little afraid of flying, and seems like, you know, Danny is too.
Yeah, totally understandable. But they have the means to.
Yes,
so.
Definitely. Well, hopefully it'll happen more often in the future.
But I was a little disappointed that they didn't show more of their interactions, weren't you?
Yeah, I actually did want to see a lot more between the two families. I didn't want to see them fight, but I wanted to see some kind of, you know, more interaction.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cute that, you know, Bucky was sneaking food. And,
and he was going on a diet after this dinner.
Yes.
Right.
It's always the next day. I'll start my diet tomorrow.
Yeah, I say that all the time.
But in preparation, I mean, Danny did really go all out. She did want to impress, you know, the Jonases, and she even set like floating candles in the pool and used real napkins and stuff.
Yeah, she's a good daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she does clearly try, and I think that's one of the most endearing qualities about her. She does want to please everyone and impress everyone.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
Yeah, definitely. And then even though there was that snide comment from Denise, we had that moment where she gave the present of the, what is it called? The mother-in-law's tongue. It's the plant that she gave.
Right. That was cute.
It was cute, and I thought that there was going to be some conflict there, but it ended with such a sweet moment between Denise and Danielle, and they ended up shedding some tears.
Yeah.
I think the quote from Denise was, "You impressed me the moment we met." And she went on and said that she can only hope for that much with her other sons.
Yeah, that would be nice, right?
I mean, that was so touching to see after this entire season. We think she's kind of a witch. Then they really did have a heartfelt and touching moment.
Yeah, no. And Danielle sets the bar high. She is a really good daughter-in-law.
Yes, definitely. So after this dinner, we get teased about this concert, and Kevin is getting ready for it. And he has kind of a panic attack, which this season, you know, thus far, we've seen Angela have a panic attack. We've seen Danny have a couple, but we've never really seen Kevin lose his cool. So what did you think about this? Did you think that, you know, he would get this kind of anxiety?
Did you think that he really had a panic attack? I mean, I know he said he was having a panic attack, but I didn't really feel like he was having a full-on panic attack.
I mean, it didn't seem as intense as, you know, the girls have been, but I feel like he does really stress out when it comes to his fans because he is so concerned with, you know, putting them first.
Sure, and that's a great quality to have. You put your fans first,
yeah.
Definitely. It's about your fans. It's all for your fans. Mm-hmm. So that's really great, but I thought he was just a little nervous. I don't think he really had a panic attack.
I mean, I would definitely have some anxiety if I was going to perform in front of that many people. And especially after, I mean, while they have done this before, it's not their first rodeo, their first time playing a huge, you know, concert venue like this. they have been on hiatus for a while.
Right.
So they haven't really gotten back into the groove of, going on tour and performing in front of that many people.
Yeah, it was pretty neat to watch.
And it's also, I'm sure it's hard on them because this is it's a new sound. It's the first time that they've come back. Nick did his own side project as well as, Joe did his. And it's the first time that they were back together.
Yeah, it was great to see them back together. And I know that their fans love that too.
Yeah, definitely. Kevin said during the episode, if the show goes well, then the last 7 months have been worth it. And I know some applause for Kevin. Yeah, I mean, I feel like their life must be so hectic, and that really is a payoff to see hundreds of thousands of people happy. Bless you.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
You're so excited that you just had to sneeze.
Bless you. From the booth.
Sorry about that.
Thanks, Steven. But it was cool to see, more footage from the Radio City Music Hall performance. And that just happened a couple weeks ago, so it is time sensitive. It's not often that you see reality shows, going to TV a couple weeks after they film.
No, it was great. I
Quick
really
turnaround.
enjoyed it. Very quick turnaround.
Which is nice. And then I feel like, the end of the episode, again, was a little bittersweet, but very happy. There's more talk about babies.
Right.
And what the future can hold for...
They're going to start trying.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
I wonder if it's actually, if Danny's on board or this is just Kevin saying that they're going to start trying.
Yeah, because it's really up to her.
What do you think?
I think that they're pretty in sync, and he probably wouldn't have said it unless they've really discussed it. And I mean, it seems like they've been discussing it for a really long time with everyone.
And I know that one of the things they had mentioned several times throughout the season and also in interviews off camera is that they wanted to wait until, Kevin's schedule wasn't as hectic, and once he finished touring and, they're going to be done with their tour in a couple weeks, they're probably going to add on some more dates in 2013, but it seems like, over the holidays, things might slow down and they'll have time to, discuss having a family.
Right. Do you think that when she saw how happy he was on stage and kind of was excited herself, that maybe she was a little bit more on board with the whole idea of having a baby and being on tour?
I want to say she was more on board. In my heart, I feel like she is more on board with going on tour because she's been a little bit reluctant over the past few weeks. She said she wants to do her own thing, but I think she really genuinely wants to be there to support Kevin, the entire way.
Yeah, and then seeing him, how happy he was with that big smile on stage. I mean, it's probably like she remarried what she married. Remarried the ideas of everything that she knew in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be supportive when your significant other is that happy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to talk more about the finale and overall thoughts of this entire season. But before we do that, I just want to mention that if you're not watching on AfterBuzzTV.com or on YouTube, you can find us on iTunes. We have our podcasts. All of AfterBuzz TV's podcasts are on there. If you just go and type in AfterBuzz TV to the search bar in the iTunes store, you can find our Married to Jonas podcast from the entire season, as well as a plethora of other podcasts from 666 Park Avenue to Keeping Up with the Kardashians to Once Upon a Time. We have over 50 shows a week for our fall lineup. So there are
amazing.
Yeah, seriously, there's a ton of after shows that you can check out, and all of them are free. So it's definitely worth downloading.
Free stuff is great.
Free stuff is great. I mean, all of the best things are free, right?
I think so.
yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. So, just go to iTunes, subscribe, rate and comment because we love hearing your feedback. And then also tell a friend because that's really how we get to grow here and keep bringing you all this great free content. So.
Tell lots of your friends.
Yeah. Tell as many friends as you have. Seriously. But getting back to the episode, Thank you, Steven.
Anytime.
Getting back to the episode, what did you think of, this overall season?
I love this season. Like I said in the very beginning, I was really excited to see a nice, normal family on TV, and especially a nice, normal family from New Jersey on TV. And I think that they're, I don't want to say role models, but, they show you what a real family is all about.
I think they are role models.
Yeah, they show you, they work out real family issues that are, not made up over who stole whose Gucci and, Bentley. It's about where are we going to spend the holidays? What if our parents don't get along? About paper napkins versus cloth napkins. How can I impress your mother? It's all the things that you and I and
real issues.
Right, that we all go through. So it's nice to watch them on TV.
It's also really great to see a humble family that's in Hollywood. I mean, not in Hollywood, but
in the limelight.
Exactly. And I feel like we aren't seeing that many reality shows containing that on television today.
No, reality.
Classy celebrities.
Reality.
Unheard of.
Yeah, reality stardom goes like right to their heads, and then I think that they really deserve or have earned this amazing stardom. And it's like, what have you done?
Hey, humility does not make good television. Usually.
Well,
usually.
But I feel like with Married to Jonas, pretty much every single episode, after I watch it, I get such a good feeling. Like, I just feel happier because you see how genuinely happy they are.
Right. Over the finer things in life, the things that matter.
Family.
Aww.
Aww. I'm really actually sad to see this show end. I hope that it comes back for a second season. I don't think I've heard anything.
I'm sure it will. The fans love this show.
Yeah.
I think that we hear the fans on different blogs, and I mean, who doesn't love this show? It's amazing.
As long as Kevin and Danny are on board, I'm sure that Ryan Seacrest Productions will be on board as well as E. So hopefully we'll get renewed for another season. I'm really looking forward to it.
And we want a longer show too.
Yeah.
What is this? 20-something minutes. I want an hour.
The episodes go by very quickly.
Yeah.
Or maybe an extended season, something longer than 10 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd go for that.
Yeah.
So like 50 episodes. That would be good, right?
50 episodes.
Yeah.
Take off Christmas and Thanksgiving and just one every single week out of the year.
Wouldn't you watch a Married to Jonas Christmas and a Married to Jonas Thanksgiving?
Oh my goodness.
That would be nice.
If a Married to Jonas Christmas isn't already in the works, I mean, come on. It should be.
They should get.
They heard it here first.
Yeah, the DeLises and the Jonases together again, doubling how many times they've seen each other since the wedding, and I feel like it would be sheer chaos, but it would be amazing.
I think so too.
Yeah, Bucky eating all the apple pies and Christmas hams and I don't know what else.
Goodness, poor Bucky.
It would be great.
I think Bucky needs a cookbook.
His own cookbook?
Yeah.
I was going to say he probably has a cookbook or two, but yeah, his own cookbook would be great. Yeah. I know that Dina actually had a food blog for a while.
So cool.
Maybe she'll start that up again. So I guess rounding out our finale after show, have a little news and gossip for
AFTERBUZZ TV News
show. So Mikey DeLisa actually just started going on tour with Ryan Cabrera. Do you remember him?
Oh, yeah.
From back in the day, Ashley Simpson's ex-beau.
Neato.
Yeah, so he started going on tour with him late last week, and is going to go through November 7th, a couple weeks from now. And there's still dates to go see them in New Jersey, Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee. So if you're a fan of Mikey DeLisa and his music, then you can definitely check them out. I think there are still tickets available. Another piece of news and gossip is Taylor Swift revealed to City TV in Canada that she and Selena Gomez actually became really close and bonded when they both respectively broke up with their Jonas brother boyfriends. So if you remember back a couple years ago, Selena dated Nick, and Taylor infamously got her heart broken by Joe. So Taylor said that Selena and her became friends, or were acquaintances when they were both dating the Jonas Brothers, and then Taylor and Joe ended, and Selena and Nick ended, and Selena called out Taylor when Nick and her broke up, and Taylor said, "I'll be at your house in 10 minutes with a ton of junk food."
Aw, that's so sweet.
And
that's what I like to hear.
Yes, and a friendship was born, as the story goes. And then, speaking of junk food, Halloween season, when we have a lot of candy.
I didn't have a button for that. I had to do it myself.
You're so
Self-made
funny.
sound effects by Steven,
I like
our
that
engineer.
even better.
Yes, I do like that. It's unexpected. So Halloween season, Joe talked to MTV about past year's outfits, and the Jonas Brothers haven't really revealed what they want to be for Halloween this coming Wednesday, but he talked about his last few years' outfits, and he said he was Jack Sparrow one year. He was a birthday cake one year, and he was also one of the Three Little Pigs with some of his friends. So
That's pretty funny.
what do you think he might be this year?
It's all part of the plan.
That's who.
What?
Ooh.
What is that?
That was the Joker.
Oh, that would be kind of cool.
That would
Something
be
from
kind of cool.
Batman.
What are you
Maybe-
going to be this year?
I was a toddler in tiara.
Oh, fun.
Honey Boo Boo, but brunette.
Cute.
Yeah, I had my go-go juice and everything.
That's nice.
What about you?
My girlfriends and I, we were all flight attendants.
That's so cute. That's awesome. Halloween's one of my favorite times of year. And I know that it's actually one of the Jonas Brothers' favorite times of year. They visited a couple haunted houses and actually went to Universal's what is it called? Horror Nights.
Oh, fun.
Yes, the Halloween Horror Nights, which I went to last week, and it is pee your pants scary.
That's
Really?
scary.
Yes.
Could you imagine trick-or-treating in New Jersey and then you just happen to knock on their
The
door
Jonas Brothers
and
door?
they're like, "Hi, can I have a song?"
Hopefully they're giving out like king-size candy bars or something.
You cannot, if you're the Jonases, you cannot hand out bad candy or small candy. Like, they want the real Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
I know.
Raisins.
Raisins. Yeah, raisins. Or maybe apples, like the healthy.
Yeah, carrots. Carrots would be great.
I like carrots.
Married to Jonas brand carrots.
I want some paydays or some.
Paydays, that'd be funny. Paydays.
Is there like a musical? Maybe they're giving out ring
Like-
pops.
Okay,
That'd
that would
be
be
cute.
cute. Ring pops.
I would take a ring from a Jonas brother.
Totally. And then you could be engaged. You know,
Yeah.
I'm fakely
Well,
engaged.
I have fat fingers, so the ring pops only fit on my pinkies.
Oh,
But
darn
so I think that's all for news and gossip.
it. Yeah.
The brothers are
AfterBuzz.
well. We're almost in predictions, but I was just going to say that the Jonas Brothers are rounding out their tour for 2012. They have a couple dates left in Russia, and then I think they're going to add more dates soon, but we'll let you know on Twitter. Steven's doing a little dance. Can't really concentrate. But, if you aren't watching us on YouTube, you definitely should be, because that dance was definitely worth a look. It was interesting. I don't even know what he's doing with his head.
Yeah.
So let's move on to predictions now, Steven.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you ready for
predictions? The spooky music is finally fitting.
predictions?
Especially this time of year.
Exactly, Halloween. So, this is the finale. We don't have that many things to predict since there isn't another episode this season. But I want to know, just in general, what do you think the future holds for Danny and Kevin?
I think that Danny figures out what it is that she wants to do with her life in coordination with what Kevin already is doing with his life. Something on the road, something that she could do and feel good about. And I predict that they definitely come back for a second season and that it's going to be an extended season and longer episodes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take it. And I'll raise you one.
Okay.
I think that there'll be, next season, a pregnancy.
Definitely.
I don't know if it's Danny or it's Dina.
Dina.
Perhaps. I definitely think I agree with you. I think there'll be a second season. I think that there will be more family stuff. So, you know, if there is a second season, there'll be, you know, they'll show the brothers more. They'll show the Jonas family more, and we'll get even more of the DeLisas because, I mean, Bucky's hilarious, Dina's hilarious, Angela's awesome, and as is Katie and Mikey. So
I raise you another.
Oh yeah?
They both get pregnant at the same time. They both have babies around the same time, and then they start a children's clothing line.
That'd be cool.
I see it. Do you
that
see
would be
it?
something that, yeah, that would be something that Danny can definitely.
I'll raise you one.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I bet that since there's going to be a season 2, we're going to be able to see Cathy Kelley and Michelle Gracie here at AfterBuzz doing a recap of every episode. Yes!
Yeah. I don't even know what to say to that, Steven. Your enthusiasm was great.
I know it.
I really like working off your energy.
Yeah. So I think that rounds out this season of Married to Jonas. It was so great being here. 10 whole weeks.
Yeah, it was so great working with you.
It was awesome. I'm really excited. Hopefully we'll get a second season, and we will let you know as soon as we do. But in the meantime, how can they find you, Michelle?
You guys could read my blog, missmanizer.com, or follow me on Twitter at missmanizer.
Steven, how can they find you?
At Stephen Lemieux on Twitter? Sure, why not?
And you're here at AfterBuzz TV all the time.
Yeah,
so.
of course. You are too, though.
I know I am. And you can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley. Would love to hear your thoughts about next season, perhaps. So hit us up. And then also you can find all of us at AfterBuzzTV.com and at AfterBuzz on Twitter. So for Michelle, Steven, everyone here at AfterBuzz TV, thanks so much for joining us.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.